Hi guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the markets. I actually um, realized that this trade wouldn't be possible too, since it's a counter trend on monthly. We would need a close manipulation signal. So it was like purely trade of the volume. It's no good. Anyway, it's counter trend. Needs a close manipulation signal for a swing trade. I'm stuck in this put. I think I'll be good. I'm stuck in this put. I think I'll be good. Anything is possible, but this volume distribution is short. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for that correction, recession, depression. Maybe I'll spend my life just waiting for it. You guys, I just did a table reading for O'Neill, the long voyage home. Ugh, I think my entire day is under impression of that one. This is all is very I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I should stop. I should start paying less attention to volumes. I figure out that I'm too much obsessed with this volume. The heck is this? Yeah, it's very distinctive strength and weakness. It's like less than 3 years to get up there. It's just like almost 3 years to get like even not even 0.5 yet. It does look like a correction. Fjord. Still processing this one. What can I say? A very powerful move. So much to learn on the market. So much to learn. There wouldn't be a bad place to buy to sell. I think it was a balance, but playing coincidence of the levels, and that would be like too wide. Too wide. Meantime, we have we have the entire week. We have next week for the month to end. If anyone can tell me what this is, please do. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a spring. I don't think it's a good spring with such volume. So reasonable thing is to just start seeing it from transition extreme. What the heck? Otherwise, got a new Intel after we got a bigger volume and correction here, but then went above it. It was okay, and so was this. So still this was a go, but from here, not from here, but from here. That's so low. And also theoretically, they can be level. We have 2 bar of smaller volume before this. And this bar we don't know yet, but we can assume, right? We can make an assumption and this would be a transition extreme. Let's leave it what it is. Let's leave it where it is. Can use a test. To balance. Yeah, look how high it is. There is no exhaustion volume. Yeah. Oops. Not yet. Wells Fargo. It actually accumulated pretty well. No, this 0.5 stands for. Unlike things like this, you see this just went up, whereas this thing was accumulating, and there's no exhaustion volume here whatsoever, so it doesn't have to go down at all. This thing as well, look at this accumulation. Not even mentioning the volume, I don't know. Is it like additional emission or how does that happen? I'm not sure. But yeah, plenty of tap thrust. Don't know what's wrong with this guy. It already reached its 0.5 and gave us a volume. That's what happened with this guy. So really, I don't think this 0.5 really matters. T2 is still a level, but this 0.5 is stronger than this. And you see, like, this is not correction. That was the correction volume. And this is the resumption of main impulse, this one. You see how volume like way smaller. And again, here there was no exhaustion volume. So skeptical. Sorry. It's a balance, but also it's not. It didn't even go to 0.5. It's a balance. We didn't care about this 0.5. Just limited our take. It's a balance and it's at the right level on the yearly chart. And this volume is beautiful. Boy. Yeah, so it's still good for more trades, I think. That was my point. This thing is gonna break in 5 days, I'd imagine. Oof. Use ball just to buy it from here. Probably will work. And it's so deep. Yeah, I think it was safe too. Especially if it comes on test. If it will bebop around and it'll come on test towards the end of the week. Ooh, that would be great. I'd love it so very much. This beautiful volume distribution. Yeah. Everything was amazing here. Test is not needed, but if it will come, that will be great. Everything was cool here. I don't know why I was so watching the other way. But if it comes to this level, all good. Mm, where is this? So transition action window one change direction, and it resumes in the direction of main trend. really matters just from the last approach. Oh, that's a weird one. Powerful move and then all the way down. These levels are non-existent. Yeah, that's interesting. If it came there, it would be low, however, and that's the volume, and it's right there. It's good up to 0.5. And there is room. And there is room. The heck is this? All right. Just to highlight how much it spins in its indecisiveness. Because it's approaching a very important, well, first of all, Russian market spin right now. Um, And secondly, it's approaching a yearly level. And at the yearly level, there is no wonder than daily spinning and curling. Don't know what to make of it. Would you do it like this? So I don't think so. It's pretty high. And Yandex is undergoing some turbulent times. They split their offices, like their European office and their Russian headquarters, into different businesses so that one complies with Russian regulation and the other with European. It's definitely an interesting time to be a Russian company on international markets. Mm. So sad. This volume is not here. This was so beautiful. I don't know what to tell about this guy now. Right there at the level. It's getting close to. Mm. There it was. It was not the. No, it was a short wave of its own, I think. Hmm. There was a space for a short counter trend trade, but there was no setup. So that's interesting. Compared to what stock we just took a look at it, that was a Wells Fargo. Compared to how Wells Fargo accumulated there, this like way more likely to go down in my view of the world than Wells Fargo, say. oracle's been established. I did a volume-based trade. There was no close manipulation signal to spot out this. Sold this volume. And even though there was a perfect setup on daily, you can't do counter trend without a close manipulation signal on superior time frame. So can you believe that would have worked? And a good exhaustion volume here, and we were below it. What a beautiful trade. It would take us a little while, couple months. Well, it came to point five. Why do I? This is point five. Oh, this is point five. Pfizer. I might be wrong about this. That's because technically there was a 2-bar correction, so it was independent approach. And I'm taking this thing. It aligns perfectly though. Hmm. Look how interesting. So it's a balance, believe me or not. Believe me or not, but that's a balance right there. Okay, I don't care. And then this comes in. And it was a transition extreme, and then it went down, did a balance, but never broke it. It's questionable whether... No, it's not. And change direction, and now it's counter trend. So and this volume is good. Locally. Yep. And then volume 2 are up thrust. Not the biggest. Actually, the biggest for this approach. Doink. That would need a test on 1 hour. Yeah. And it was matching levels. Volume test. Yeah, that was a trade. And also, look, 1 minute, 5-minute level also. Volumes also match. Even up to, we don't need to go that far. Even from the last approach. Good exhaustion volume, volume T1. And then it comes not that biggest volume, so but we have a test for that matter. And also from the last approach, like which is here, it is the biggest. And then test. Beautiful. Beautiful 2R. Right here. A beautiful 2R. Right here. Yep. Beautiful. Technically just needs a test on hourly. So yeah. Actually, we're now above this volume, so we're good. Where was this volume? This 0.5 doesn't matter anymore. That was not bad for short, but also doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, even though it's good for short now, I think it's gonna, and it's a strong approach as of now. And this is like an up thrust, big volume. It did break here once, but never confirmed the change of direction. So this transition axiom still holds. But now we jump to pivot. So it was like a barely volumed up thrust that would need a test um on daily, and instead it gives like this volume. So nothing on hourly. So this volume and also this bar closed above the level. So that's where we are. Gilead, I don't know. We made some money on it. They shouldn't charge it even an hourly. It needs to, it's still good for short. And we don't actually need to limit ourselves with 0.5 just because monthly level is also at the yearly level. There was a good accumulation correction with like exhaustion here. Didn't even go to 0.5. A little bit high, but we accumulated. You see like straight, accumulated, straight more, and accumulated longer this time. Consolidated because we don't know where it's gonna break or go up. Yeah, this is gone. It's in a balance right now. So actually it's good for a quick. I'm under impression of Eugene O'Neill writing, how he fools around with language. First time I read, I wanted to give up. I wanted to refuse, turn down the reading. I was like, this is too much. Like English is non-native. It's my second language is hard enough for me. Thank you. But then I was like, okay. It was like Shakespeare. If I can do Shakespeare, I can do about anything. And then like, okay. If I can do Eugene O'Neill, I can do about anything. So that was the level. To our spring test, still the level. So technically, do we need a 0.5 though here? No, we don't because we are in a balance, right? That's right. And that's initiative takeover that didn't take over. So technically, that was our entrance. And still do it. Yeah. Boom. And here was the entry. Well, it didn't give us a test. And it's not a place to fool around and do something without test. Volume T1 and then unvolumed, well, volume spring. And this was a test. And that was like too high for an entry. So yeah. It looks like beginning, middle, the end. But also, like, how is it short wave? It's more than like, it's 90% back, so it can be like a short wave. That's the nature of correction, to be so like weak and slow. So yeah, I think this actually qualifies for an entry on Monday. We'll sleep on it. With that being said, you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and see you when I see